Using the American Express Platinum card is a flex for sure, but after a recent price increase to $695 per year, it's got a lot of us thinking, is this card really worth that price? So today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you should actually avoid the American Express Platinum card. Alright, let's jump right into it. What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So, the first reason that you should avoid the American Express Platinum card is pretty obvious, and that is the ridiculous $695 annual fee. And with very few exceptions, like the American Express Centurion card, that now makes the Platinum card the most expensive consumer credit card product that is widely available. And yes, many of you might be able to justify that cost with the many credits that come with this product, but for a lot of us, the math probably does not work out on that one. Now, we'll talk more about that point in a second, but I do feel that it's important to mention here that active duty military do currently get the annual fee waived. So if you do happen to currently be active duty military, then first of all, thank you so much for your service. But second of all, you might as well go ahead and get this product because for you, you do not have to justify that annual fee. Now, for the rest of us who still have to pay that high annual fee, we really have to look at the second reason why I feel you should avoid this card, and that is that a lot of the credits that the Platinum card gives you are honestly completely useless. And the worst part is that American Express doesn't exactly clarify how useless a lot of these credits are. Now, there are the obvious ones like the $300 Equinox credit, which I don't know about you, but the nearest Equinox gym to me is more than a 2-hour drive, so probably not going to be using that one. But there's also things like the Saks Fifth Avenue credit, which in my opinion is useless for everyone, because if you can afford to shop at Saks Fifth Avenue normally, then number one, you're probably not that concerned about using a credit on that purchase, and number two, you probably don't lose sleep at night over your $700 annual fee on your credit card. And for the rest of us who don't meet those criteria, we wouldn't be shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue anyways. But again, those are just the obvious ones, and sadly, American Express actually kind of hides the complete pointlessness of some of the other credits. Take the $200 hotel credit, for example, which actually only applies for specific criteria on prepaid fine hotels and resorts or the hotel collection properties. And while you can scroll down on the American Express website and find this information, it definitely is not widely advertised, and oftentimes it just says $200 hotel credit, which in my opinion is a little bit misleading. Not to mention the fact that similar products like the American Express Gold Card require minimum stay requirements before that credit even kicks in. And again, that is not widely advertised, and in my opinion is just a little bit shady and kind of makes that credit completely useless for a lot of users. So this whole reason is not a negative for everyone, but as we've talked about in previous videos, you really need to look at the net benefit that you're getting out of this product in order to understand how much it's truly going to cost you out of pocket. And if you do want to see my other videos where I fully explain this, then I will leave links to my full review on the Platinum card down in the description below. Alright, but moving on from there, we've got the third reason why you should avoid the American Express Platinum card, and that is actually the one that's likely going to cause me to close my American Express account, and that would be that there are simply better alternatives currently on the market. Now, for the past several years, the Platinum card has been at the top of the pack, especially when compared to competitors like the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which at the time had a similar annual fee, but didn't offer quite as good of benefits. But now that the Platinum card's annual fee has been increased, the tides have definitely turned in Chase's favor, plus there are a ton of new companies stepping up to the plate into this premium credit card space, like Capital One, for example, with their brand new Capital One Venture X card. And this has really given a lot of consumers different alternative options, whereas before there were very few options in terms of premium credit cards. Now again, I have made a number of videos comparing the Platinum card to things like the Venture X and the Chase Sapphire Reserve, so check this out if you want some more in-depth info, but I'll save you the trouble. In my opinion, for a majority of consumers, the new Capital One Venture X card is probably a much better alternative, considering it offers better points across the board, the exact same sign-up bonus, and even an anniversary bonus that you get every single year just for having this card. Oh, and by the way, it's $300 cheaper than the Platinum card. So that one's pretty self-explanatory, but it's at least got myself and many other consumers considering the thought of switching switching to an alternative option, and I know that when my anniversary date comes up in just a few months, it will definitely be something that I will seriously consider. Now, before we move on to number 4, I will just mention that before you jump ship, it's always worth giving the credit card company a call to see if they are offering any kind of retention bonus, where they will basically give you a huge chunk of points just for keeping a particular product. So just something else to keep in mind before you jump ship and switch to something else. But the fourth reason that I feel you should avoid this card is another one that's pretty obvious, but something that a lot of people don't think about, and that would be if you don't travel, then the Platinum card is probably a horrible option for you. Remember that the American Express Platinum card gives you a number of travel-related credits, including a Clear membership, TSA PreCheck, lounge access, including very fancy Centurion lounges, not to mention the fact that the only way to get the maximum amount of value out of your American Express points is by transferring them to airlines or other travel-related companies. Now, yes, you can redeem those points directly for cash, but at the moment, you're only going to get 0.006 cents per point, which is basically pointless. That was a terrible joke. But seriously, that's less than 1% cashback equivalent, and 1% back is basically the ground floor for consumer credit card products nowadays. So if you're not going to be transferring those points to get the maximum value, then you're probably better off just sticking with something like the American Express Gold card, or just going with a completely different company altogether. Alright, but that brings us to the fifth and final reason that I feel you should avoid the American Express Platinum card, and I'm actually going to call this one the miscellaneous reasons. And that's because those first 4 are probably enough to help you make a decision one way or another, but if you are still on the fence, then there are a number of smaller miscellaneous reasons why the Platinum card might not be the right fit for you. First of all, just like I talked about earlier, how you may want to consider alternative options, there are actually also alternative options of the Platinum card itself that might be a better choice for you, including the business version, which for some reason has a lower annual fee at $595, but at the moment offers some really unique catered credits if you are a business owner. But there's also options like the Charles Schwab Platinum card, which currently does have the same $695 annual fee and many of the same benefits and credits, but gives you a few advantages like a cash redemption on points of over 1% instead of that pathetic 0.6% that we talked about earlier. There's also some more niche down things to consider like the Chase 524 rule, which if you're not familiar, this is basically an unofficial rule from Chase where if you have applied for 5 credit cards in the past 24 months, you will automatically be declined from any Chase credit card product. So if you're currently at 4 credit cards in the past 24 months and the Platinum card would be your 5th, then you might want to very carefully consider whether or not that is actually the right choice for you, because that will lock you out of being able to get any Chase credit card product like the Sapphire Preferred or Sapphire Reserve, at least until you fall back under that 524 rule. And lastly, this one is kind of ridiculous, but something like the Platinum card might just not be worth the headache for you. I know that sounds a little odd, but not only is the Platinum card not worth it financially for a lot of people in terms of the credits that you get and how much it costs you, but it also just might not be worth the headache of keeping track of all of the different coupons and credits and point multipliers and transfer bonuses and all of that chaos. I am a huge credit card nerd, but I understand that not everyone is like that, and a lot of people just want to swipe their credit card, build their credit score, and maybe get some cash back in the process. And if that is you, then trust me, the American Express Platinum card is not the right product for your situation. So overall, I really like the Platinum card, and I think that it is a fantastic product for the right type of consumer. But especially with the recent price increase, a lot of consumers will now have to carefully consider whether they can truly justify that $695 annual fee based on the random assortment of credits and other benefits that you get from a product like this. I will leave a fantastic resource down in the description below from Ask Sebi, where you can actually input all of your financial information, and it will basically help you determine whether or not you can truly justify the annual fee of the American Express Platinum card. So if you're on the fence, then definitely check that out using the link down below. But of course, at the end of the day, I would love to know your thoughts on the American Express Platinum card and whether or not you were able to justify it for your spending habits and your financial situation. As always, if you did get value out of this content and you want to help support me, the easiest way to do that is actually by checking out some of my favorite financial tools down in the description below, including one offer from the Point Cashback Debit Card that will currently give you $100 when you open your account and make your first purchase, so definitely check that out using the link down below. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future, and of course, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it so much. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.